To another Star Wars figure review. Before we delve into the Clone Wars, I'm going to give you a look at another Sideshow Collectibles 1/6 scale figure today, and this time around it's a character from the original trilogy, and it's the scruffy looking Nerf herder himself, Han Solo. This is a figure I've had in my collection for quite some time, but I'm only just getting around to reviewing it now. This has been long requested for a very long time. So Keith Star Wars, if you're still watching, mate, I know you haven't been on YouTube for a while, but here he is finally. This is a great figure. Everything about it is fantastic. No flaws whatsoever, and I'll talk about those more later on in the review. Before we start though, we're going to take a look at the box that this one comes in. Once again, you've got your typical well-presented Sideshow Collectibles box. This figure is from the Heroes of the Rebellion line. And on the front of the box you've got some very cool images of Han, on the side as well, on the back and on the other side. You can see some still images from A New Hope as well. And you've got a couple of other Sideshow figures available in the line. Inside the box you have two panels. You have one panel for accessories and weapons and alternative hands, all that kind of stuff, and then on the other panel you have where the figure will lie, or would lie, and then in the middle there you've got a bit of information about Han, the film in which he appears, and the accessories that are included. So there is Han's packaging. A very well presented box, and quite heavy as well, quite a big one for Han. And before we start talking about the figure, let's talk about the accessories. First up, of course, you have the display stand with the generic Star Wars logo on the base, and you have the grip that goes around the waist. In terms of alternative hands, Han Solo comes with the sort of flight gloves, or the Smuggler gloves as labelled on the box, that we see him wear while he's cleaning up the Falcon prior to takeoff for Alderaan, and also when he's gunning or manning the gunning stations even. So they're pretty cool. You also get a Cantina beverage, which I'm assuming is some sort of Corellian ale or maybe even blue milk, who knows. Just get the camera to focus in on that, there we go. And in terms of weaponry, we get two weapons with Han. You get the Blastech E11 Stormtrooper rifle, which is very nicely weathered and sculpted. If you've seen previous reviews on my Sideshow figures, you'll know what these look like by now. Very well made. The stock does indeed unfold. Basically a 1/6 scale replica in some ways, because it's a fantastic piece. And the other weapon Han is actually holding, which is the DL-44 blaster pistol, which again is practically a 1/6 scale replica. And the final accessory is just a small little added bonus on the belt there. You'll see that Han has a droid collar as well. So some nice accessories included with this figure. In terms of the figure itself, first and foremost, obviously you have a spot-on likeness to Harrison Ford. Sideshow have even gone as far as to nail the signature scar on the chin there. The hair is superb. The overall sculpt of the figure, just a very nice head sculpt overall. So I'll just do my traditional zoom in on the figure's head. There we go. He does have a somewhat surprised look on his face, or at least it appears on the camera like that, but it is a very good likeness, I must admit. Just get the camera to focus in, there we go. Very well made likeness and a great head sculpt. Obviously you have Han's traditional iconic outfit with the black waistcoat and the white shirt underneath. Got some very nice detailing on the waistcoat with the pockets and whatnot, and on the back as well. Nice stitching there. You also have this very cool looking belt, all the pouches and the buckles and stuff. It's very well made. Again, you've got that fake leather type of material used on this, and then of course you have a holster for the DL44, which can be sealed into place with a magnet. And then of course you've got the trademark blue jeans with the red stripes down the side, and obviously Han's boots as well. Got some nice detailing around the back of the belt too. You can get this figure in some fantastic poses. Obviously Han Solo is the ever suave ladies man, or the scruffy looking nerve herder, depending on your views on Han. But he does always look cool, that is a given. You can do just that. You can get him in some really cool sort of swashbuckling poses with the pistol and stuff. Absolutely love the weaponry that comes with this figure. As I said, they are basically like 1/6 scale replicas, and Sideshow always do a fantastic job on their figures. In terms of articulation, once again, if you've seen previous reviews on my Sideshow Collectibles figures, you'll know that these guys have over 30 points of articulation, I believe. So everywhere that these figures can move, they will. Got articulation in the head, shoulders, elbows, wrists, waist, hips, knees, ankles, everywhere. This is definitely one of the definitive Han Solo collectibles that you have to add to your collection. Definitely the best 1/6 scale version in my opinion, but some may beg to differ. I wouldn't mind tracking down the best bin Han Solo Sideshow figure, which Daniel East 1000 very luckily has in his collection, so check out his review on that if you haven't seen it. And overall, this is just a cool figure. Absolutely love Han Solo, love Harrison Ford, and this figure does him no end of justice. It's a very cool figure, one that I would definitely recommend tracking down. Like with most Sideshow Collectibles figures that I've given you a look at, this one is about 2 or 3 years old now, so eBay is the best option unless you have a local comic store or something like that that sells these figures. But it's definitely worth any money that you'll pay for it, and definitely worth tracking down if you can find it. So before we finish up this review, I'll just give you a look at Han Solo holding the E11 blaster rifle, because obviously we see him use these rifles in the film, and he's chasing down the stormtroopers and stuff. It would have been cool if he came with like an alternative belt, like the stormtrooper belt or something. That'd have been pretty awesome. But we can't have everything, and this figure is pretty cool as he is. So there he is holding the E11. Awesome figure, definitely worth your hard-earned cash, and a figure that I'd highly recommend. So thanks for watching this review, and I'll be back with many more soon. Until then, keep collecting, and may the Force be with you.